Yeah, I'm feeling this old school shit. DJ FaZe, what up? What's good, homie? It's your boy Face, CEO of Face Off Entertainment, representing Fort Dox. I'ma go in on this one. Listen. This one's for DJ FaZe, the shit that he played blaze, cut sharper than the EK blade. Rappers are eating, time to get the DJs paid. FaZe, that's the fan, been rapping this Bronx shit like Big Pun. Carry big guns for the conflict, wedged under the armpit, eyeing the scope. Index finger on the trigger, die if you close. I don't promote violence, but approach, you know the toast firing, so I suggest you don't. Who you know flow better, hot enough to do the whole winter, no sweater. You could bet you won't find a better flow ever. Old school with a new school twist. You fools got 2 views on your YouTube hit. As I mic check, 1, 2 spit, and DJ FaZe cuts and chops it up like a kung fu flick. I'm on the track doing somersaults, and I'm sorry if I come across arrogant, but I swear I'm the boss. Top rank, salute the general of lyrical warfare, producing chemicals to kill MCs as I boost to pinnacles you can't reach. You looking like food, you edible. It's the capital F-A Ice on Murdoch Ave and Edenwald. That's the corner we play dice. Head cracks, 4, 5, 6 and trips. Then it's straight to the flight club to get some kicks. These niggas looking like how we spit so sick for so many years and still look fit as shit. Nigga, I bench press lyrics, do dips on bars, and push up on chicks when my dick gets hard. Face is my alias from way back in the days. Hey yo, DJ FaZe, keep playing this. Yeah, I'm feeling this old school shit. DJ FaZe, what up? What's good, homie? It's your boy Face, CEO of Face Off Entertainment, representing Fort Dox. I'ma go in on this one. Listen. This one's for DJ FaZe, the shit that he played blaze, cut sharper than the EK blade. Rappers are eating, time to get the DJs paid. FaZe, that's the fan, been rapping this Bronx shit like Big Pun. Carry big guns for the conflict, wedged under the armpit, eyeing the scope. Index finger on the trigger, die if you close. I don't promote violence, but approach, you know the toast firing, so I suggest you don't. Who you know flow better, hot enough to do the whole winter, no sweater. You could bet you won't find a better flow ever. Old school with a new school twist. You fools got 2 views on your YouTube hit. As I mic check, 1, 2 spit, and DJ FaZe cuts and chops it up like a kung fu flick. I'm on the track doing somersaults, and I'm sorry if I come across arrogant, but I swear I'm the boss. Top rank, salute the general of lyrical warfare, producing chemicals to kill MCs as I boost to pinnacles you can't reach. You looking like food, you edible. It's the capital F-A Ice on Murdoch Ave and Edenwald. That's the corner we play dice. Head cracks, 4, 5, 6 and trips. Then it's straight to the flight club to get some kicks. These niggas looking like how we spit so sick for so many years and still look fit as shit. Nigga, I bench press lyrics, do dips on bars, and push up on chicks when my dick gets hard. Face is my alias from way back in the days. Hey yo, DJ FaZe, keep playing this.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the Code Red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Listen, family. I was kind of sad for the last couple of days, but someone sent me Columbus is live. I don't know if it's still up there. You guys can go back and check it. It's live. And I was so like happy to hear the lies and what he tried to say, the things that I've said. So I just had to say that, and I had to put this up because this is one of his minions. This is one of his people that got on there today. And so after, well, I'm going to go into it later, but this is the person that that is one of his faithful followers. Okay. So yes, in my comments now, someone got it right on the dot. I didn't even have to say one word and they knew exactly who it was. And that's pitiful. Okay, so let me go. Let me start off. Let me start off right now by going to acknowledge our people. All right, I have to do that first and foremost. So you know the first person I'm going to give my love to and give my everything to is Riri. Okay, that's a definite. I'm hope, yes, he's here. Scoreboard is here. Bruce Smith is here. Okay, wow, okay. I see it. It's here. It's here. So you know that I am talking about you right now. All right. You know why I made this here live right now, because I'm talking exactly to you and you know who you are. So you're here. So I commend you from coming here and like Rev says, and getting this verbal beat down. You're gonna be exposed from today. I see that somebody just left. So I hope it wasn't him that just left. But if you're here, be prepared for your lies and everything to be exposed. I wrote it down. I usually don't do that, but I wrote it down because that's how deep that I'm gonna just destroy you. And 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 let me put it back up. And this person. Okay, and this person. All right, so today, tonight is the night. Okay, tonight is the night. All right, so going back to what I have to do, and so China Black Princess in the building, definitely in the building. Thank you, Princess, for coming, because we're going to take care of it. JG, yes, I thank you for being here, but one thing I gotta say to JG and to let him understand, and I don't know if it was a trap, if it was this, but JG said in the comments, I'm naming names and everything. JG said in the comments, but what did I say? Rand did. Okay, Rand did. He said about Rand did that one thing that he could say that Rand did loves hip hop. So JG, I'm here to tell you, no, that's completely false. He loves anything that is connected to us that makes him look cool. That's it. If we were talking about head hats with tube socks on it, and people were buying these hats with the tube socks on it, then he would be dedicated to that hat with the tube socks on it. So no, he definitely doesn't love hip hop. If he loved hip hop, he would be telling the truth about hip hop. Okay. Um, One thing that I can say before I'm going into all of these things, let's look at the hip hop legendary places, right? So, okay, Bronxdale, Rosedale Park, 123, T Connection, Stardust, Savoy, Harlem World, the Fever, all of these, the Roxy, all of these places that were legendary for holding hip hop events. Ask Rand did if he was at any of those places. You definitely can't ask Columbus if he was at any of those places because the answer would be no. He would not. I never saw. I DJ'd at Bronxdale and the Rosedale Park. I DJ'd in the Circle. I DJ'd at the Apollo. I DJ'd in 123. I DJ'd at the Fever. I DJ'd at Roxy, the Savoy, the Stardust, the T Connection. I DJ'd at all of those places. And at all of those places, people knew me. People knew me. And these are places that some of the places is gone at the end of the 70s or the 80s, that they've gone. Okay. So people knew me there. The people knew of me. People knew that I DJ'd there and I was there. Can either one of them say that? Can either one of them say they know what the inside of the T Connection looks like? Can any of them say that they know what where the Stardust was, what the Stardust was, and who did they see there? They cannot. I would be 100% correct when I could say they don't even know what the Fever looks like besides what they saw on the movie. That's all they know about it. They don't know what the stairs is, go up. They don't know none of that. Why? If you're so down with hip hop and you're so you were there and everything, like you say, you're not a guest. Well, if you're not a guest, you would be able to tell us about the T Connection, 123. When you go to 123, the quick question, when you go to 123, how do you get into the gym? Where is the gym? Where was the money being collected? Where? What side did the people DJ on? What all of these questions are non-void because there's a lot of things that are not described on the internet or in a source magazine or something. So they don't know and they can't speak on it. But hold up, Phase, hold on. I'm so excited right now. But I got to hold on. I got to slow down. Okay. So JG, that's what I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you that, JG, that no, it ain't that he loves hip hop. He loves the fact that now he has a platform to say he's cool, but he's not cool. He's not cool at all. Look, that ain't cool because he got on a hat and he got on a chain and he got on sweatpants and sneakers does not make this figure cool. It's still a roach. No matter how you slice it, you could dress it up and put the chain on and everything, but it's still, what is it, a cool roach? It's still not cool. So it's not cool, just point blank. I tell you what, if I'm at a table eating at the lunchroom table, and this came to the table, we'll squat it. We'll pull out the raid, and we'll spread with the raid. So that's not cool. So now, because there's the internet, and you could say the things that is cool, that it might be considered as cool, that makes you cool. No. Tell us about the T connection. Tell us about 123. Tell us about the PAL with the whole thing about Herc and everything. Tell us about the PAL. Tell us there. Have you ever danced there? You ever DJ there? You ever MC there? I did. People know that I did that. People know that. People know that I was DJing in the PAL. People know that. So tell us your adventures, your things that happen in the PAL. We'll wait. Because we know you're here. We'll wait. And we'll be waiting forever. I am still, they sent me the video of Randid. They sent me the video about 2 years ago of him trying to dance. This is the video they sent me. Everybody should be done seen this video already. And they sent me the video of him trying to dance. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm still laughing. They sent me that 2 years ago, and I am still cracking up laughing like as if the first time I seen that. And so he had nerve enough to say, when they said, okay, no, again, let me stop. Let me continue doing what I was doing. Okay, all right. So JG's here, Princess is here. Let me see. Bruce, I said Bruce is here. I said that. So okay. So yes, so our people are here. We're definitely here, and we're definitely letting us know that they're here. Okay, so that's cool. I'll go into that again later. All right, not now, because like I said, I'm so anxious. Okay, so let's start going to the nitty gritty. All right, now, the first thing that got me laughing hilariously, and when I say laughing, I'm talking about tears coming out my eyes and everything. So Columbus gets on there and says that, show us some documentation that Herc said that he learned from Disco King Mario. This is what he said. This is what Columbus said, right? Okay. So, and he said, now, that there might be, somewhere, but where is the proof? Show me the proof. Number one thing is that why would Herc say that he got anything from Mario? Why would he say that? Why? Just give us one reason why Herc would admit that he got it from Mario. First, if he said that admission, because he said something similar. He said something very, very similar, and we have that on video. All right? We have that on video. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to say, if he says that he got this from Mario, then that would knock him out of that position. He would no longer be in the position of being one of the creators. He would not be in that position. And that would put Mario in his rightful place. So, what documentation would be there to say that Herc would have said that? And so, just the thought of that, right? Just the thought of you saying something like that proves that you're an idiot. I'm not pulling no punches. They say I'm nice and everything. I'm not pulling no punches. That statement alone proves that you are an idiot. Point blank, period. Okay. So now he goes further to say that Flowers did not open up for James Brown at Yankee Stadium. He said this out of his mouth because he asked pioneers what happened. He asked pioneers what happened. Not that he was knew something that was this information that was, like he said, documented. He said he asked people that might have even been there. This is what Columbus said. Okay, so just people remember this point. Remember this point. Okay. The next point that he said was Charlie Rock told him that Tex was before Mario. This is what he said. He said that Charlie Rock told him, because they have a special kind of relationship. Okay, we won't even go into detail. He said that they have this special kind of relationship, and Charlie Rock conveyed to him that Tex was DJ before Mario. This is what he said. If the live is still there, go back and listen to it, and you'll hear him say that. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm going to go back to these things. I'm just laying out these parts of the conversation to come. Okay. The next, he asked so many pioneers, and he talked to Van Silk, and he talked to these people that knew that he that they were there, that they knew these are pioneers that knew stuff, and they told him through all the studies and everything that hip hop didn't start in 1970. It didn't start. There was no hip hop in 1970. There was none. There was no hip hop in 1970. Okay. And this is what he said. Okay. So, like I said, I'm just bringing up the points. I'm not going into detail, but I'm just bringing up the points. Okay. He said that the Scoreboard channel has goofy panels. I'm just relaying what he said. I'll say it again. He said that the Scoreboard channel has goofy panels. Okay. If Rep is in here, I know he's on fire. I know his hat is going like this. Like the cartoons. I know Rep's hat is spinning around right now, and trust me, I couldn't wait to come on and say these things. Okay, and I'm saying word for word, and the white boy is a just want to be down and has no information and makes stupid segments. Okay? Now, this is what he, like I said, don't take phases. It's word. Go back and look. Okay? JG, you were there. JG, if you're in here right now, you know that this is what he said. Okay, JG? I saw you. JG. So I saw you there. And I know. And this is what okay, wait a minute. I'll save that one for last. Okay, so now remember what I had said on scoreboards. I had said that they cannot survive without our channel. They can't survive without our information. They cannot survive. He says on this live, on his live, that we cannot survive without his channel. They would have nothing to talk about if it wasn't for his channel. Go back and watch it. Oh my God. I am so glad. I am so glad that JG was there. I am so glad that he witnessed exactly what I'm saying. I'm so glad. Okay. Now, y'all ready for the kicker? Are you ready for the kicker? If you're not ready, I'm going to say it anyway. JG said that he can't wait until FaZe hear this. He said, JG said that he could not wait. He wrote it in the comments that he could not wait until FaZe heard this live. He couldn't wait. Columbus then says to his audience, right, I gotta prepare for this one. He says to his audience that, wait a minute, you know, I am blocked. I am blocked. Now, I got to go into detail with this one, with this lie, because it's not even a fib. It's not even a misunderstanding. It's a straight up bull-faced lie. Because we asked him. We asked him, we put the link in and told him to come up there. He couldn't have been blocked if we're telling him to come up there on the panel and talk to me. So if that's the case, he wants his audience and his followers to believe that no, that's a lie. I wasn't scared to come on the panel. They had me blocked. He said they had me blocked. I am blocked. Now, his followers, if you don't see that that is a complete lie, we don't got nothing else ever to say. We don't have nothing else ever to say, you guys, because there's no way you can look at a person and know he's lying. You know he's lying, and you still like, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, I understand. What? So what does that make his followers if they know that he is lying? They know that. Okay, all right. So, okay, now let's start a little bit of what he has done in the past. Okay, what he's done in the past, because I'm going to go all the way back to the top of the things that I was saying. So, of course, everybody knows that when I get on and I have my lives, I love talking about fashion. I love talking about what we wore and what we did and how we wore it and stuff, and the items that we wore. Okay. Now, this is, like I said, everything that I say, you can go back. If he didn't remove it or whatever, delete it, you can go back and see. So now, this is the shirt that I was talking about. Now, if you zoom in on this shirt right here, this is not just a Lacoste and it's not just a Izod. When this first shirt first came out, the company was Izod Lacoste. And if you look closely at the tag inside, it had the alligator on the tag. Okay, that's what it did. And when you zoom in on it, you'll see the alligator. Right? Okay. So now I'm saying that to prove a point. This is what we wore. This is what we brought out. We wore. He goes on on his live and he says that Puerto Ricans were down by law. We wore La Tigra shirts. He said that. He said that they wore the La Tigra shirts. Now, what is the catch? What is the meaning of me telling my audience that and him? Because I know he's here. The reason why I'm telling you that is because we wore what La Tigra bit off of. We wore the real thing. La Tigra was a knockoff with a fake tiger on the shirt emblem. Because if Izod Lacoste shirt costs $40, $50, in the 70s, $40. Maybe you could find one for $30 in the 70s. A La Tigre shirt, $10, $15 max. $10 or $15 max. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if it was that much, because we would never go to the store and try to purchase one. There was no way in the world we would be caught dead in a La Tigre shirt. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. But they were down by law. And the point that I'm trying to make is everything that we had or did, they got the knockoff. Every single thing. We broke dance. They knocked off break dance. We bought AJ Lester's. They went to Fordham Road or wherever. Corvettes, Kmart, wherever. And so now, as time goes by, to say they were down by law by wearing, hey, I'll go one better. I'll go one better. Look. That is a British Walker. A British Walker, the Britishers. This is a British Walker. At the time, British were in the 70s, maybe they might start at $45, $47. They might start, but then they would go up. The harder the color to find, the more price it was. The more it was designed, more price it was. This is the leather and suede. Then they had two-tone. They had lace up. This is the tassel British Walker. This is it. That's the British Walker. You see my hand there holding it. Everybody knows my hand. That's my hand holding my British Walker. He said being down by law meant that they were wearing British Nikes. Oh my God. To admit that, to admit that is just like, that's hilarious to me. How can you admit that you bought a knockoff of original British Walker and you were down by law by wearing a British Nike? I couldn't believe it. I fell out of my chair. I could not believe that he said being down by law meant you were wearing British Knights. Now, I'm jumping around because I need to jump around. He said that there was no such thing as hip hop in 1970. All right. Now, let's look at where they would have lived at in 1970. This is where they would have lived at in 1970, right? This is where they would have lived at. It's a known fact. It's where they would have lived at, right? Now, tell me, where could hip hop be processed at there? Where could hip hop be processed at? Not much less being created, but I'm saying processed. Okay? This is where hip hop was created. This is where hip hop was created. You see the grass, you see bushes, you see fences, you see trees, fresh air, the distance between buildings. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Look at the sign on that building. Look at the sign. Scroll in, go in, and look at the sign on that building. That means that it's in Spanish. And this picture was taken in 1971. Look at the cars. Those are 60s cars. Those are 60s cars. Those are not 70s cars. Those are 60s cars and less. Those might even been 50s. Okay? So look at the sign on the building. Okay? So now, from that sign and that building, you knew what was going on here. This is a 1955 picture. The construction of Bronxdale houses. 1955. Look at the family. Look what the man has on. Look what the woman has on. Look what the kids have on in 1955. The construction of Bronxdale houses. Show us a picture of a family in 1955 of what they dressed and what they wore in 1955. Here's a perfect example of where the creation of hip hop started. 1955, 1970, 1971. Look at the difference. Look at the difference of where hip hop was created. So this is where it really, I have to go. I can't be quiet no more. I can't be. I can't be easy or nice anymore, because this fool made it bad for all of the Puerto Ricans. This idiot made it bad by saying that they were there, or there was no such thing in 1970 as hip hop. At this point, y'all don't even know what electricity is. Much less hip hop. How you gonna know about hip hop? You don't even got no electricity. You don't got no electricity. So how you gonna know? You can't call nobody and ask what the hip hop is at. What hip hop is. So how can you possibly say that you ask people about hip hop and there was no hip hop in 1970? How could you possibly ask that? Okay. How about this? How about this? How about that? Okay. How about that? Look at how they were dressed. Just look at how they were dressed. Look at the beautiful stagecoach thing for the kids. Okay. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Look, I'll do it again. Do you see the difference? But the people that you asked told you that hip hop didn't start in the 70s, in 1970. Because, hey, if you go by this picture, hip hop didn't start in 70, 80, because in the 80s is when, matter of fact, I'm even go a little further than that. The 90s is when they started changing and refabbing these buildings. The 90s. So that's why anytime they talk about their pioneers, and they talk about how they were doing things, and they start in 1979, 77, 80. Why? Because they had no clue what was going on in 1970. Le Tigre shirts came out in the 80s. We were wearing Isa Lacoste in the 70s. I already showed you guys about the graffiti that they claim that is there. So much graffiti. Oh, this crew started as being a writing crew, and they were tagging and doing this in the 70s. They were doing this in the 70s, and they were bombing trains in the 70s. This is what they claim so bad. And I have to say they, because this idiot is speaking for all Puerto Ricans. When he says the things that he says, he's speaking for all Puerto Ricans. Ref, can I get an amen, Ref? Can I get an amen? Because this is what He gets on there to let his followers sit there. He lets his followers sit there and say, yeah, we were down by law. We were down by law. Now, think about it. All right? Look. Right? Where would you think more likely that you were going to see a roach and a rat? In here or here? Where is more likely that you're going to see a rat and a roach? Here or here? Here you know where the incinerator was? On the floor. You know where the compactor was? On the floor. But yet and still in 1970, as per his words, there was no such thing as what? Hip hop. Now, I brought this up to show him what we had to go on. This is what we had to build on, to create with. This is what we had to create with. So as kids, we knew both of those names because both of those names were in our household. Both of those names, I gotta let you see my face. All right. Both of those names were in our household. In 1960s and 1970, they were already embedded in our house, our household. No matter if you had a sister, a brother, a mother, a father, a aunt, or uncle, those two names were known to us. And those two names were in our household. Those two names were in our household. And do you know where they were played? That's where they were played at. Those two names were played on this right here. Do you know what this is on the right bottom? Do you even know what that is? You don't know? I'm going to tell you. That's an 8-track player, my friend. That's an 8-track player. So you could take this And you could play it on that. You could take this and play it on that. Now, the key part is show us how you would play this in 1970. Because the people that you ask, they can't tell you that in 1970 they took this and played it on this. They can't tell you, because they can tell you there was no such thing as hip hop in 1970, but can they tell you that you could take this and play it on this? And since you know that what you're talking about is true, then you should be able to do that. You should be able to go in your family portraits, your family Kodak Polaroids, and pull this out. Pull with you there and your sister there. And you're to show that's a house. That's not the projects. That's my aunt's house in Inglewood, New Jersey. Her house. Behind us is a piano, and those are stairs to go upstairs in her house. Because you're so always talking about being in the projects. But now, wait a minute. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. Anybody here right now in this chat, I guarantee you ask, hey, where would you rather live? In here or here? Ask anybody that's near you or anywhere that you know, any person that you know. You ask him, hey, would you rather live here, Spanish sign, or here in 1970, where in your eyes, hip hop did not exist? I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something and watch how the topic switches. Do you know what that is? I'm just going to put it there. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to do. I'm just going to ask you, do you know, Columbus, what this is? Because you said that you asked your pioneers about hip hop, and you know. Do you know why it says Joe Tex versus James Brown? Do you know the history of why Joe Tex versus James Brown is even a thing? Do you know the history of that? Did you ask your pioneers that told you that in 1970 there was no hip hop? Did you ask them, what is this about Joe Tex versus James Brown? Tell me your Puerto Rican pioneer that in 1970 would have been known in our household. Name anything that would be known in our household in 1970 and give us where an influence of Puerto Ricans were influencing us in 1970. We're showing you what we had in 1970 in the 60s. We're showing you. We're showing you what brought the creation of hip hop. We're showing you. Show us, like you say, show us the proof of Puerto Ricans in 1970 even phantom thinking about hip hop. So how could you possibly know about hip hop there? But down to talk about us, about being here. Oh boy. I have 300 comments and I have to address them. I have to, because I haven't looked at the comments ever since there was like 7 or 8 of them. So I could just imagine what they're saying. I can imagine. I know. I can't even imagine. I'm gonna be honest. I can't even imagine. Okay. Here. Because ref, I was gonna go into that, but I'll even go one better. I'll start by saying this. I knew Fly Ty. Fly Ty knew me. I knew his name. Fly Ty knew my name. Fly Ty had my telephone number. I have Fly Ty's number. And this is when they were on the air. I knew Kool Herc before cell phones. I had Kool Herc's number. He had my number. He knew my name. I knew who he was. Theodore, Flash, Breakout, Islam, Bambaataa, Melly Mel, anybody that was in hip hop knew my name, knew me. They knew me. Can Columbus say that? Even till now, can Columbus say that? Can Randid say that? Even though Randy runs up to as soon as he can get access to somebody this famous, he runs up and acts like he knows them when they don't know him from a can of paint. And when he leaves, they still ain't gonna know him. Why? I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to pay for the T Connection. I didn't have to pay for 123. I didn't have to pay for Harlem World, Savoy, the Stardust. I had to pay for none of that. Y'all can't even say y'all paid for that because y'all were never even there. Point blank, period. You were never even there to pay for it. Oh, that's La Cucaracha. Cucaracha. And see, right now, they hot. They melting down because they know that every single word that is coming out of my mouth is the truth. Everything that came out of your mouth is a lie, Columbus. Everything is a lie. You lied in front of your audience and told them that the reason why you didn't get on the panel and talk to, I was there and talked to me is because we blocked you. You were blocked. Can you honestly look someone in the face and lie like that? Look at all of us in the channel, in the chat, that know that you're a bald-faced liar, that you lied about that. You lied. How many people in the chat right now, how many people that went to your chat right now, as soon as you said that, said you're lying? I bet you can't say that about me. I bet you $1,000 to a donut that you can't say that about me. You can't bring out something that I said. But you was a bold-faced liar right there. You lied. You said this is your lie. You probably deleted the whole thing right now because you lied when the question was brought why you did not, you were scared to get on the panel with the goofy panels that you're talking about, but you were scared to get on the panel with me. And what did you lie and say? See, look. Woo! Look. You know, oh my goodness. Oh my God. Okay. Now, Princess, I'm not gonna lie. Unless JG was saying something that we don't know about, he told Randy that he knows that, and then you know what Rand did said what his reply to what he said, what JG said. He said, "I am hip hop." Oh, he needed to give himself a clown emoji. What of him is hip hop? What? Name one thing that Rand did is hip hop. Please name just one thing. By telling lies? By not having no talent? No talent. What is the talent that he has? What could he possibly contribute to hip hop? Just name one thing. One thing. All places he never been. Exactly. Exodus C. Garage. All places that he's never been. And all they do is talk and hear about things, and had the nerve, the audacity to say, we can't survive without his channel. Huh? Tariq, did you hear what I just said? Did you hear that? I just said on Scoreboards today that they cannot survive without our channels. He heard that, proves that he was there. He heard that, and what did he do? He said that we can't survive without his channel. Now, I'm sure if he has his, because he said that the being over there, we're spies. To listen to what he's saying, we're spies. So I'm sure that his spies are listening to this and are saying to themselves, well, wait a minute, hold up. He did say that. He did lie. So what does that make the person that knows someone is lying and still say, yeah, they the truth? They a liar just like the person that lied. Simple. All the places he's never been. Thank you, China. Thank you. All the places he's never been. Ah, JG. Ah. Okay. Yo, glad I caught one of your lives. Respect. Peace. 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 Tyreek, what's good? Peace. Okay, here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. All right, look. Oh, keep on doing. Okay, China Black. Did you see what I did there when I greeted you on the previous chat? Okay. Okay. Look. What's good, DJ FaZe? You seen my video about Herc not creating hip hop. I DM'd you after I seen a comment about coming onto your channel. Thank you for spreading the truth. Oh wow, Tyrone, yes, peace. That's definite. Okay, so let's thank you for bringing that up. Now, I would just think, this is my thinking, that if we go by the 1973 flyer, right? And oh no, I'm not going to say that yet either. Okay, but we go by the 1973 flyer. They would have to know that that wasn't the day that hip hop was created, right? Obviously, because this party, this invitation is asking them to come to this event, this jam. So how is it that they can believe that it wasn't created in 1970? How is it that they can't believe that? How is it that they can't believe that Mario, not Disco King Mario, but Mario was the part of creation that made hip hop what it is? How could they not know that? And it's not that they don't know that, but like me and Ref was saying, and he even said this part. He said that because we say these things because we don't know what else to say. They asked the question, and this is about you, JG. When you said that they didn't answer your question, he said right there, when somebody else said what question, he said, they're not asking questions, they're asking questions because they don't know the answers. He said that. He said they don't even know the answers. He said that. Woo! Woo! I tell you guys, I tell you, okay. Okay. He was Timu's historians while Timu begged to get on all FBA. Exactly. Oh, God. Thank you, Princess. Claiming he was a historian just to ask can his friend get on as well. Timu ain't no Jack at first. And he still don't know Jack. He still doesn't know Jack. He doesn't know Jack. He said he wore Le Tigre and British Knights and fat shoelaces. That's what he said out of his own mouth. I never heard him talk about AJs, overlaps, shark skins, British walkers, playboys, Bally's. Never heard him talk about champagne cologne, quarterfields, mock necks, V-necks, suede pockets, leather fronts, rips. I never heard him hustlers. I never heard him talk about none of that. I never heard him talk about the 123 real, what the jams were, how much it cost, who was there. Never. I never heard him describe what the T connection looked like, who was there, what it was, who was security, how did you get in? You know why he can't tell you that? You know why? Because he knows nothing about it. So if you don't know about these things, let me ask you this. Fashion, hip hop fashion, right? In 1970, there was Playboys. In 1970, there was mock necks. In 1970, there was Quarterfields. In 1970, there was Champagne Cologne. In 1970, the creators of hip hop were wearing those things. In 1970, we knew what the versus Joe Tex versus James Brown was all about. It's 2026, and he got to run back now and try his best to research what I'm talking about. But if he was there in 1970, or the pioneers that he was talking to in 1970, they would have already knew. You wouldn't have to research it. If you knew that hip hop was in 1970, was created in 1970, you wouldn't have to research what we were listening to. You wouldn't have to research what we were cooking, what we were wearing in 1970. You wouldn't have to research that. So that's why you have no clue what was happening. You have no clue what was happening. You have no clue what was happening. You had no clue what was happening in 1970. You had no clue what we were doing in 1970. You had no clue. You had no clue what the inside of our buildings looked like in 1970. But you talk about the projects. I guarantee you that you wouldn't find those brass mailboxes or that clean floor here. I guarantee you. So how could you know what was happening in hip hop in 1970? Answer is, you don't know. You do not know. Yeah. Oh. That's Red did. Red. Oh. China, you ain't more China. You something else, man. You something else. You are something else, China. But what the problem is, and it's not even that it's a problem, that it's facts. That is facts what you're talking about right now. That's facts. That's facts. And then he had a nerve enough to put the clown emoji for me. Facts. There's nothing that he could say about clown. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing he could say. There's nothing he could say that I lied. There's nothing that he could say. I could pull up so much stuff the way he lied. That's clown shit. So he would ask him why I would be a clown. Why would he put the clown emoji there? Why? Because obviously he heard about my name. Obviously, he wouldn't even know what it is, but he heard what my name is. He saw Columbus bringing something out. So he had to investigate and see, but I didn't hear nothing about you. I can't ask nobody about you because there ain't nobody know you. Nobody. I bet you could ask Herc about me. I bet you could ask Flash about me. I bet you could ask Breakout Theodore about me. I bet you can. And I'll bet you they'll tell you they know me. I bet you they will tell me. But turn it around. If I ask them about you, I guarantee you I don't know who that is. But you're hip hop. You said you're hip hop, but I can't go to these people. I can't go to the hip hop people and ask about you. But you could ask about me. Who's the clown right now? Who's getting clowned right this second? Who's getting clowned? You. Because everybody here knows you ain't hip hop. Everybody here knows you don't know nothing about hip hop. You don't know nothing about being the creator, what the creation was. You have no clue. You were at no jams in the 70s, none. You don't know nothing. All you always say is your brother, your uncle, your whatever said this. How about standing there? How about DJing there? I can say that. I can say that. If you ever been to the Apollo, you were sitting in the audience. I was up on stage. You're a guest. You're a guest. And we're taking back your invitation. You're no longer invited. You're no longer invited. So now what you gonna do? Putting up the clown emoji. For what? What makes me a clown? Say what makes me a clown. Say it. I'll tell you what makes you a clown. Putting up fake stuff, wearing fake stuff, trying to dance like us, trying to be us, makes you a clown. I don't want to be nobody but me. That's all I want to be. This is my culture. This is not your culture. A clown tries to be in someone else's culture. That's what you are, a clown. A dud, a poo-putt. That's what you are. A wannabe. Wanna be down with us. Wanna be down by law. That's what you wanna be. You have no clue what that was. No clue. You only knew Lacoste. You didn't know Isaiah Lacoste. You don't know. You have no clue. You never wore these. You never wore these. You never wore these. You never wore those. Never in your whole entire life. You never did this. You never did that. You were never on that stage ever in your whole entire life. Never. You wish you could be on that stage. You wish that you could show a picture like that. You wish you could show a picture like that. You wish, you beg, you're a clown. You wish that you could show a picture like that. You wish that you could show a picture like that. You can't. You never even held those records that I have in my head. You never, your family, nobody ever you knew ever had that. You don't know this story. You don't know this story. But you said you're hip hop. You're hip hop, but don't know this story. You don't know why it says Joe Tex versus James Brown. You don't know the story. Rand did. Rand did. I'm talking to you. You do not know the story. Everybody's calling you a racist. You're not a racist. You're really not. You're a wannabe. You can't even get the racist thing correct. You're a wannabe. You want to be us so bad. You run the Columbus page just to say your nonsense that nobody, even your people say you a dud. You know what a dud is? It's a firecracker that you light the fuse and it never explodes. You're always, from what I know, you were always talking about we lived in the projects. We are proud to have lived in the projects because we never lived in that. I bet you that you can trace your family members to one of those buildings. We can't. Us in the projects can't. We never would have lived in there. Never. Ever. Look, this is the projects that you're talking about. This is the projects that you're talking about. You see what it says? Bronxdale stage line. That's our projects that you talk about. Oh, it's from the project, the dirty, pissy projects. Pissy staircase project. This is what you talked about. Rand did. And you call me a clown? And you say stupid, idiotic, dumb, stupid stuff that you say? That's the definition of a clown. And I can tell you that. I can tell you that. You tell me why you would put a clown emoji under my name. Tell me why. What would make me a clown? I just called out all the things that you do that make you a clown. Rand did. I can show you how you leech on people that you feel that are successful or that are known in hip hop, and you try to attach yourself to them. I can show you that you do that. You can't show me that I do something like that. You can't say any person or whatever that's in hip hop since the 70s that don't. You can't go to them and say, "Yo, you know who FaZe is?" I can't do that for you. Rand did. By putting that emoji of me being a clown, you have no backup. You have no nothing, no evidence to prove that I am a clown. No evidence. But all the evidence is right there. You talk it every day to prove that you're a clown. Every day you prove that you're a wannabe racist. Wannabe. You ain't even a racist. You're a wannabe racist. You don't even know what to say to be a racist. That's how much of a clown dud you are. So if you're not here, I'm sure that all your spies and Columbus can tell you I said that. Me said that about you. Oh, Paul is here. Paul is here. Paul is here. Right. Right. Woo! Rand did. Ray came out. Rand did. No, they're trying to take credit for our whole story. Okay, now I got to read this. Okay, they can hit their final forms of their own culture connection. They cosplay us and get more. Okay, I can put this up. I could put this up because, well, to be honest, I know I have moderators here, but there's nothing they can say. See, there's absolutely nothing that they can say. Even the trolls that come in, there's nothing that they can say. There's absolutely nothing that they can say. That's right, Ref. They're shut up. They're quiet as church mouses. They're ants walking on cotton right now. He wasn't talking negative when he was lying, saying my father was Puerto Rican, though. I'm never going to like that dude, nor his racist friend. He's got a degree in theology, and he always lying. Exactly. Because everything that we do, every single thing that we do, single thing that we say, he takes and tries to use it as his own. He said it. Y'all heard me on Scoreboard say that they cannot survive without our channel. Y'all heard me say that. You know how many people come to me and they say, yo, man, FaZe, Yo, as soon as you said this about fashion, here we go the next day talking about the fashion. Anytime you talk about one, there you go the next day talk about this. Every single time. But yet and still, he gets on there and then talks about, oh, we putting him in the algorithm. How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? The algorithm for everybody looking at you being stupid, for lying? You want more people to know that you're stupid and that you lying. That's what your gimmick is. Your gimmick is to say, okay, I only had 40 people to know that I was lying and everything. I want 100 people to know that I'm lying and then I'm not telling the truth and then I'm a fake. You sound stupid. Oh, they in the chat. They cooking. He's cooking. He said that. He said he's cooking. Cooking what? Fried roaches and onions? What are you cooking? What are you cooking? I couldn't believe he said that. I'm cooking. Shoot. Roaches and rice. Roaches and rice. He cooking roaches and rice. You got, oh my God. They roasted you. We watched the queens and the princess roast you. They were turning you over on the rotisserie like, oh, we missed the side. Go turn it over and get it and roast it. And you wanted more people, the algorithm, you wanted more people to know how dumb and stupid you sound. Man, listen, okay. You know what? And I'll be honest, I've been on here for an hour. I didn't even want to stay an hour. But I'm gonna finish tearing them up, both of them. And the reason why I'm getting Rand did is because he put the clown emoji on my name. He did that. And so I'm probably gonna roast them for the rest of the week. And beginning the next week, I'm just gonna roast them. Their patent leather shoes are gonna melt. They're gonna melt. I'm not giving up. Nothing. Nothing. Let me see a picture of them in the 70s. Let me see a picture of their family in the 70s. Let us see that. He wants to see documentation of her saying that. Man, listen. That would be the stupidest thing that her could possibly say. But as stupid as you are, you expect that. You expect people to do stupid stuff. Everybody ain't like you. And Columbus, everybody ain't like you. Dummy. Man. Right. Thank you, China. The goofy panels that he begged to be up on every time he came into the chat, but was ducking face on it. Exactly. No, China, he lied and said that he was blocked. And that's why he didn't come on the panel. Well, remember, he said, why should I go up on there? And we would tell him so that you could explain your point, so you could say your point. No, but then when I told him that my friend was going to go on there, I'll go on there if you get him on there, so he could speak to him, Louis Guzman, so he could speak to him, so he could say something to him. That was the reason why, and he said it. So if he was blocked, why did he say he'll go on if I get Louis Guzman on? Why did he say that, people? People say that. Show that he's a complete liar. That's clown shit. Right there. That's clown shit. We all heard him say he would come on the panel if I got Louis Guzman on. There was no other reason for him to come on. Why should he go on? How could he go on? How could he go on if Louis Guzman was there if he was blocked? If y'all are in the chat right now, answer that. Answer me this. Did he say that? JG, if you're in the chat right now, if you're in the chat, JG, tell the audience that he said the reason why he didn't go on the panel with me is because he was blocked. That's what he said. That's what he said. Now, how can you believe anything that comes out of his mouth when he got caught in a bold-faced lie right there? He said it. And he was saying it like it's the truth. He was saying it like it was the truth. Liar. You liar. You wannabe. You fraud. Liar. And you make it bad for all the Puerto Ricans because you say you're the spokesman. You know what? And this is real talk. This is real talk. If I was Puerto Rican, man, and you came out there and said you were speaking for us, and you Puerto Rican, man, listen. Man, listen. Yeah, but like I said, the internet is the only way you get a chance to even look at the cool table. You couldn't even look before the internet. You couldn't even look because if somebody catch you looking at the cool table, ain't no telling what they do to you. You couldn't even look at the cool table. So you better thank God for the internet. You thank God. You and Randy did. Thank God for the internet. You had no voice before the internet. You were not known by nobody before the internet. Your name didn't go on anything before the internet. You had nothing cool before the internet. And that's facts. I'm speaking facts right now. I'm speaking facts. Talking about you were fly. You were down by law. Asking me, so I'm saying that Puerto Ricans wasn't down by law? If you represent Puerto Ricans, hell to the no. What a triple-double hell. If you represent Puerto Ricans, there was nothing about you cool. Nothing. There was nothing about you that's down by law. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You or your minion and your followers. Nothing. Oh, you trying to say, you don't dare say that we weren't down by law. You don't dare say we weren't down by law. I won't dare say that. Yeah. Y'all was down. Way down. Y'all was way down. Way, way, way down. You was down. If hell is down, look at your burning stuff. That's hell right there. That's hell. And you talk about the projects, man. Oh man, I'm gonna go back to these comments, man. I'm gonna go back to the comment. I gotta go back to the comments, man. And then I'm going out, man. Okay, I'm going out. You know, I'm gonna put up a couple of things, but just know, family. If Ref's still in the building, I want you to know that I will be roasting these two characters for 1 week straight. I will be bringing more information every day and comparing it to the both of them. Comparing it, the information for the both of them. They're going to prove that they were hip hop. They're going to prove it. And they're going to prove why they say that they're hip hop. And they're going to prove, talking about, oh my God, you know, it was another thing, God rest his soul, Beatman, that he was talking about Beatman and no TBB and all of this. Man, listen. Do you think that either one of them knew Beatman in the 70s? And then he talk about Biz Markie. Yeah, you know why Biz Markie knew Beatman? Because of Break Records. That's the only reason. Dan had records. And I can tell you how he acquired a lot of the records. I bet you y'all can't. I bet you neither one of them that talk about TBB can say that. But they hip hop. Hip not. That's what y'all are. Hip not. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. Look, I know I've said it a couple of times already, but it's going up on 2 hours. So I gotta go. But listen, people, listen. I say it again. The other day, because now, and this is what's also what he said, that come on, people, send me a super chat. Send me a super chat. I'm going to say it to y'all guys one more time. Just the fact that the information that I'm relaying is worth something. It's not even that. It's not. But let's support each other so that these clowns, these duds, these make-believe, these fake, these liars can't even lie anymore. And we could do that with our platforms and our channels. We can stop them from even lying, because after a while, showing their lies, their people have to look at them and say, "Yo, what? We're looking at we're backing a liar, a fake, a fraud, a phony, a clown." They have to be able to do that. So when you support our channels, when you hit that Cash App or you hit that PayPal, you're getting that much closer to seeing the end of them. You're getting that much closer to see the end of the liars. All right? So let me go back. Oh, China. Oh. That's tomorrow. That is tomorrow. Okay? That's tomorrow. That is tomorrow. Okay? China Black. That's tomorrow. And it's Biggs, peace. Look, gotta take the other one off. It's a whole clown. Both of them. And I have receipts to say why they are. I have everybody backing me up to say that they are clowns, both of them. But they can't get nobody to say that about me. Because the first thing you're going to say, why? We already gave you the why both of y'all are clowns. Both of y'all. All right? So back to what I was saying, okay? The links are up there. The Cash App is up there. All right? And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And like I said, I'm going to roast those two for a week straight. I'm going to roast them. I'm just going to roast them. All right? That's what it is, man. That's what it is. So, peace, people.
This old school shit. DJ FaZe, what up? What's good, homie? It's your boy Face, CEO of Face Off Entertainment, representing Fort Docks. I'ma go in on this one. Listen. This one's for DJ FaZe, the shit that he played blaze, cut sharper than the EK blade. Rappers are eating, time to get the DJs paid. FaZe, that's the fan, been rapping this Bronx shit like Big Pun. Carry big guns for the conflict, wedged under the armpit, eyeing the scope. Index finger on the trigger, dive you close. I don't promote violence, but approach, you know the toast firing, so I suggest you don't. Who you know flow better, hot enough to do the whole winter, no sweater. You could bet you won't find a better flow ever. Old school with a new school twist. You fools got 2 views on your YouTube hit. As I mic check, 1, 2 spit, and DJ FaZe cuts and chops it up like a kung fu flick. I'm on the track doing somersaults, and I'm sorry if I come across arrogant, but I swear I'm the boss. Top rank salute the general of lyrical warfare, producing chemicals to kill MCs as I boost to pinnacles you can't reach. You looking like food, you edible. It's the capital F-A Ice on Murdoch Ave and Edenwald. That's the corner we play dice. Head cracks, 4, 5, 6 and trips. Then it's straight to the flight club to get some kicks. These niggas looking like how we spit so sick for so many years and still look fit as shit. Nigga, I bench press lyrics, do dips on bars, and push up on chicks when my dick gets hard. Face is my alias from way back in the days. Hey yo, DJ Phase, keep playing this. Yeah, I'm feeling this old school shit. DJ Phase, what up? What's good, homie? It's your boy Face, CEO of Face Off Entertainment, representing Fort Dox. I'ma go in on this one. Listen, this one's for DJ Phase. The shit that he play blaze, cut sharper than the EK blade. Rappers are eating time to get the DJs paid. Phase, that's the fan, been reppin' this Bronx shit like Big Pun. Carry big guns for the conflict, wedged under the armpit, eyeing the scope. Index finger on the trigger, die if you close. I don't promote violence, but approach, you know the toast firing, so I suggest you don't. Who you know flow better, hot enough to do the whole winter, no sweater. You could bet you won't find a better flow ever. Old school with a new school twist. You fools got 2 views on your YouTube hit. As I mic check, 1, 2 spit, and DJ Phase cuts and chops it up like a kung fu flick. I'm on the track doing somersaults, and I'm sorry if I come across arrogant, but I swear I'm the boss. Top rank salute the general of lyrical warfare, producing chemicals to kill MCs as I boost to pinnacles you can't reach. You looking like food, you edible. It's the capital F-A Ice on Murdoch Ave and Edenwald. That's the corner we play dice. Head cracks, 4, 5, 6 and trips. Then it's straight to the flight club to get some kicks. These niggas looking like how we spit so sick for so many years and still look fit as shit. Nigga, I bench press lyrics, do dips on bars, and push up on chicks when my dick gets hard. Face is my alias from way back in the days. Hey yo, DJ Phase, keep playing this.